Hi, and thanks for joining my Feldenkrais channel. Today, we will be doing the Awareness Through Movement lesson, Spatial Relationships as a Means to Coordinated Action. Please find a quiet place where you can sit comfortably. Sit on the floor with your legs crossed or not, but in any case your knees apart in a comfortable position. Put your hands behind you so you can lean on them. Imagine a numbered dial of a clock opposite your face and start to move your nose in a circular path as though you wanted to push the hands of the clock around the dial clockwise. The circle your nose will make must be small, because a larger circle, then your nose would lose contact with the clock hands at extreme right and left of the dial. Continue this movement very slowly, many times, and make sure it doesn't interfere with your breathing. Rest a moment. Again, begin to make the small circular movement with your nose, slowly and easily. Imagine the lobe of your left ear is connected by a thin rubber band to the edge of your left shoulder. Try to feel in which part of the movement of the nose the rubber band stretches and becomes longer, and when it becomes shorter, and by how much. The movement of the nose is circular and carried out at an even speed. Is the movement of the earlobe also circular? Notice where your earlobe is when your nose is at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6, 9, and 12 again. Continue with this movement of the nose and try to keep track of the earlobe. Pay attention until you can feel clearly where the earlobe is in relationship to the edge of the shoulder. Rest a moment. Begin to make the small, slow, circular movements of the nose again, pushing the dials of the clock clockwise. And now shift the focus of your attention to your left earlobe. Draw circles with your earlobe in such a way that the nose can continue its regular movements. In what direction is the ear moving? Observe what's happening now with the rubber band that links the earlobe to the shoulder. The movement is not the same as before. Has the nose changed its path? Is it still making circles? Now return your attention to your nose and let it move in a circle. And now check the path of your earlobe again. We might have assumed that as the nose and the ear are both parts of the same head, if one part draws a circle, the other would also draw circles. But it seems the matter is not this simple. Rest. Start to make circles with the nose again, but now push the hands of the dial counterclockwise. Slow, small, counterclockwise movements with the nose. Now close both your eyes and focus your attention on the left eye. Where do you really look with this eye? Try to look with your closed left eye toward the bridge of your nose, between the two eyes, and then slowly move it outward toward the left corner of your left eye, while you continue to make circular movements with the nose. And repeat this various times. Rest a moment. Now go back to making a small counterclockwise slow circular movement with your nose. Close your eyes. And as you keep making the movements with your nose, start moving your left eye in a circle and feel how this affects the circles of the nose. Rest. Come back to sitting comfortably with your legs crossed and hands behind you so you can lean on them. And now start to make small, slow, clockwise circles with your nose again. As you keep making the circles with your nose, start to color the left half of your head with an imaginary paintbrush, about 2 fingers wide. Imagine your left hand holding the brush and moving it first from the bottom of the neck, where it connects to the back, going up to the top of the neck, where it connects to the skull, making a band 2 fingers wide along the neck, and then the back of the head to the left of the line dividing it in half. Continue from the top of the head to the face, the forehead, the left eye, cheek, upper lip, lower lip, chin, round underneath the lower jaw on the left side of the neck to the collarbone. Now go back again in the same way to the back of the neck. And continue to go over the whole left half of the head and the face. All the while the nose is making regular, small, slow circles in a clockwise direction. Rest a moment. Now reverse the direction of the movement of the nose, so it will go counterclockwise. Color the left side of the head again, but now with strokes going from right to left and back, so that the whole left half of the head and face have been covered a second time. See whether the painting movements interfere with the movements of the nose. And if so, at which points? When the brush is changing direction? Is the passage of the brush sensed equally at all points? Are you still breathing naturally? In which places is there muscular tension, and does it break with the movement? In the eye? In your neck? Shoulders? Rest. Start the counterclockwise, small, slow, circular movements with the nose again. And during the movements, decide that you want to draw circles with your chin. Don't stop, but shift as you move towards the chin. After a few circles with the chin, shift again and go back to focusing on the nose movements. And after a few circles with the nose, decide that you want to move the corner of your left jaw just under the ear. Again, don't stop, but continue and shift your attention from the nose to this area of your left jaw. And make a few circles with that area, and then go back to focus on the nose movement. Make a few circles with the nose. And then decide that you want to shift your attention to making circles with your left temple. You make some circles with the left temple. And as you do this, you decide that you want to focus again on the movement with the nose. So you switch without stopping to focusing on the nose movement. Make a few circles with the nose. Then decide you want to focus on making circles with the point between the left ear and the point where the neck meets the skull. And all the while moving, you just shift your focus from making circles with the nose to making circles with this point in between the left ear and the base of the neck and head. Leave it and rest a moment. Come to a kneeling position and kneel with your left knee and have your right foot standing on the ground. Stretch your right arm out in front of you and your left arm behind you, both at shoulder height. Close your eyes and imagine a thin rubber band connecting your left ear to your left hand and the second rubber band that connects it to the right hand. Start to make small, slow, circular movements with your nose in one direction and try to follow the shortening and lengthening of the rubber bands in space. Now reverse the movements of the nose and again try to follow what's happening with the rubber bands in space. Rest a moment. Come back to the kneeling position and have your right knee on the floor with the left foot standing on the ground. Now stretch out the left hand and arm in front and the right to the back at shoulder height. Connect the rubber bands again, one from the left ear to the left hand and one from the left ear to the right hand. Start to make small circular movements with the nose in one direction and continue to observe the movements of the rubber bands in space. Reverse the movement of the nose, so it goes in the opposite direction, and keep observing the movements of the rubber bands. Let go of this movement and slowly come up to stand and walk around. As you walk, can you feel a difference between the head on the left and the right side? Is the feeling of space different on the two sides? Is there a different feeling in the toes of the right and the left foot? Thanks for joining this lesson. If you've liked the lesson, please give me thumbs up or subscribe to my channel.